Stephen A. Smith never bites his tongue, and this time his crosshairs are locked on Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa. He's blasting her with claims that she's draining Kobe's empire and might be sliding straight into financial chaos. Stephen even flashed receipts pointing to spending habits that left fans gasping. The tension goes deeper than just money. It's family betrayal at its rawest. Stephen A. questioned if Vanessa is purposely freezing out Kobe's own relatives from his fortune, while hinting that she herself may be spiraling into trouble. That kind of claim doesn't just spark whispers, it blows the lid off years of quiet family drama. The real storm started with a shocking twist from inside the Bryant circle. Vanessa's own mother, Sophia Lane, dropped a bombshell just months after Kobe's passing in 2020. She claimed her daughter heartlessly kicked her out, leaving her homeless. Sophia didn't stop there. She sued Vanessa, saying Kobe had promised to take care of her for life. Her demands? Millions in back pay, a luxury house, and a Mercedes SUV, all totaling around $5 million. She argued she had worked as a nanny and assistant for nearly 2 decades, without pay. Vanessa's clapback was brutal. She accused her mother of straight-up extortion, claiming Sophia only babysat occasionally and was now exploiting tragedy for cash. Vanessa said, "I've supported her for nearly 20 years. Now she wants to charge me $96 an hour for 12-hour shifts over 18 years? Vanessa fired back in a public statement saying, "My husband never promised my mother anything." But what looked like just a nasty family fight quickly exploded into something way bigger. While battling her own mom in court, Vanessa suddenly faced a second
Kobe's mother. Kobe's mother is still walking. She's still with us. Vanessa Bryant, are you going to take care of Kobe's mom?
ambush from Kobe's mother, Pamela Bryant. Pamela came forward accusing Vanessa of cutting her off completely after Kobe's passing, leaving her with nothing. She claimed Vanessa abandoned the very woman who gave birth to one of basketball's greatest legends. Imagine that. Within a single year of Kobe's death, both Sophia and...
You know, I don't hear nobody saying that. Now, you and I both know, if a black woman inherited a white man's estate and he had some old white parents, white folks would be all over the media shaming them. All over the media shaming them. But because Kobe Bryant's parents are black, Vanessa's not black, nobody's coming to his family's defense. I just hope they stand up for Kobe's mom.
Pamela were pointing fingers at Vanessa, accusing her of financial betrayal. The media went wild, social feeds blew up, and voices across the sports world demanded answers. Even Stephen A. Smith jumped in, questioning why the NBA world wasn't holding Vanessa accountable. And then came Dr. Umar, stirring things up further. He even accused Vanessa of neglecting Kobe's parents for racial reasons, claiming the media looked the other way. But here's where it gets messy. What would Kobe himself have wanted? Insiders say Kobe's relationship with Pamela had already collapsed years earlier. In 2013, she tried auctioning his high school jerseys and championship rings without asking him. Kobe clapped back with a lawsuit, and from then on, he cut ties, both financially and emotionally. After Kobe's passing, Pamela demanded Vanessa support her financially. When Vanessa refused, the script flipped fast. Suddenly, she was painted as the villain. The irony is wild. The same woman Kobe had already cut off for betraying him was now dragging his widow for supposedly dishonoring his wishes. But the biggest question won't go away. How can Vanessa inherit an estate worth around $600 million and still face whispers of going broke? Fans are asking if this is grief or reckless spending spiraling out of control. The deeper you dig, the uglier it looks. This isn't just a widow holding down her husband's empire. This is someone possibly drowning in lawsuits, lavish choices, and the pressure of a fortune that's slipping through her fingers. Even Kobe's most loyal fans are whispering, what is Vanessa hiding? And the accusations keep stacking. First Pamela Bryant, then Sophia Lane. 2 mothers, 2 lawsuits, 2 betrayals, all with Vanessa at the center. But insiders say the real chaos is happening behind closed doors. A secret war inside the Bryant estate. Legacy and hundreds of millions are on the line, and the mess is spilling out in the most humiliating way. Since Kobe's passing, Vanessa hasn't just inherited the fortune, she controls it. And with that control has come a string of financial moves that raised eyebrows, triggered lawsuits, and sparked fears she could damage Kobe's legacy forever. Even Dr. Umar insists race plays a role in how the media is protecting her. Kobe Bryant's empire at the time of his passing was jaw-dropping, around $600 million. That stacked up from $200 million in NBA earnings, plus over $400 million in business deals, like his legendary $6 million stake in Body Armor that ballooned into nearly $400 million when Coca-Cola swooped in. Add in brand deals, luxury homes, cars, rare collectibles, and his media company Granity Studios, Kobe had built a dynasty. So, where did it all go? The first cracks didn't hit the headlines. They showed up in the real estate market. In 2022, Vanessa quietly put one of Kobe's Newport Beach homes up for sale. Bought in 2013, it had appreciated by about $2 million, yet she sold it right as whispers of legal bills and estate trouble started buzzing. Within just a year, 2 more lavish properties were listed, including a condo used by family and a huge retreat outside California. The strange part? These were homes Kobe reportedly wanted to pass down to his daughters, yet Vanessa was cashing them out. Her camp stayed silent, but experts didn't. Lawyers and analysts pointed out the obvious. Multiple home sales in a short window usually scream one thing: cash flow issues. One estate attorney even told Bloomberg that Vanessa's endless legal fights, wrongful death suits, battles against the LA County Sheriff over leaked crash photos had already drained a shocking portion of Kobe's fortune in just 3 years. Yes, Vanessa scored a $16 million payout in her lawsuit against the LA County Sheriff's Department, but most of that cash was eaten up by legal fees and shared with co-plaintiffs. On top of that came 2 lawsuits from her own mother.
A sizable estate, man. A sizable estate. And I don't hear any of these NBA players saying like, listen, we're not trying to get in your business, but Kobe was our brother.
Threats of another from Kobe's mom and a storm of trust litigation. Even when Vanessa wins, the battles bleed money. Estate advisors estimate she's blown through tens of millions just on lawyers, settlements, and disputes in the last 3 years. Meanwhile, Vanessa's lifestyle is making headlines. Jet-setting across Europe, Turks and Caicos, Aspen, always first class in private jets, dripping in couture at galas, hiring celebrity chefs for private events. She's living large, but critics say it's not sustainable. Here's the real problem. She's not reinvesting in Kobe's empire. She's draining it. Take Granity Studios. Kobe built it into a creative powerhouse, publishing books and negotiating with Disney and Netflix. But now, the Instagram page has been dead for over 2 years. The website shows no new projects, and insiders whisper the studio is basically frozen. Even Kobe's beloved Mamba Sports Foundation, renamed by Vanessa, has slowed down. Tax records show donations plunging year after year while sponsors quietly pull away. Kobe built more than just money. He built a legacy. But with Vanessa at the helm, that vision seems to be fading fast, and fans fear the empire Kobe left for his daughters is slipping through her hands. Insiders say Vanessa isn't just inheriting Kobe's empire, she's rewriting it. She's consolidating his businesses, shutting out advisory boards, and replacing the managers Kobe himself handpicked. One former Granity consultant flat out called it a red flag, warning Kobe built layers of protection. And now it's all just Vanessa calling the shots. Added up, endless legal fees, massive property taxes, luxury upkeep, private jets, full-time security, risky investments, and little to no new income flowing in from Kobe's brands. Experts believe she may have already burned through over $100 million since 2021. Behind the scenes, sources whisper that unless Vanessa reinvests or launches big partnerships to keep Kobe's empire alive, she could run out of liquid cash within a decade. Stephen A. Smith and others call it a tragedy, an estate of that size disappearing in real time. And here's the twist. Vanessa was once untouchable. She stood on stage after Kobe's passing, holding the family together with grace, earning global sympathy as the face of strength. People adored her. But slowly, that sympathy is evaporating. The image of grieving widow has shifted into something darker. Online chatter, Reddit threads, heated debates. Those quiet whispers are now turning into a roar. Vanessa Bryant isn't the victim anymore. She's being painted as the villain. The internet went nuclear after Stephen A. Smith's viral comments. His clip exploded on TikTok. Millions of views, thousands of duets, endless debates. For the first time, the public wasn't just praising Vanessa, they were questioning her. YouTube exposés started dropping with titles like "Vanessa Bryant is not who you think she is" and "The Silent Collapse of Kobe's Empire." Each video came with receipts, legal docs, estate filings, interviews, painting a very different picture than the grieving widow narrative. Even the mainstream media started to shift. Right after Kobe's passing, outlets like People, ET, and Vogue praised Vanessa as the rock of the family. But lately, that tone has cooled. Forbes dissected Kobe's fortune but left out praise for Vanessa's money management. The LA Times covered her real estate sales, calling them strategic, but also admitting the Bryant estate's future looked uncertain. Not a tax, but no protection either. And that silence speaks volumes. Back in 2020 and 2021, Vanessa was constantly surrounded by A-list besties. Ciara, Lala Anthony, Kim Kardashian, Gabrielle Union. By 2023, the red carpets dried up, the birthday tributes stopped, and the Instagram shout-outs vanished. Even LeBron James, once believed to be close to the Bryants, has stayed completely silent about the lawsuits and estate drama. When celebrities start backing away, it usually means one thing: they know something the public doesn't. The backlash cut right into Kobe's most sacred ground, his fans. And if you know anything, you know Kobe's fan base is one of the most loyal and protective in sports. But now they're asking questions that sting. Why has the Mamba Academy's online presence nearly disappeared? Why has Nike pulled back on Kobe merch? Why aren't there any big documentaries or books keeping his legacy alive? Insiders say the answer is simple. Vanessa has full legal and creative control, and she's either not making it a priority or flat out blocking it. One former ESPN producer even claimed a major streaming platform's Kobe doc was killed after Vanessa's lawyers made unreasonable demands. The result? Silence. No docuseries, no long-form tribute, nothing meaningful to honor Kobe's legacy. And the silence speaks louder than words. Fans look around and see lawsuits piling up, estates bleeding money, 2 mothers suing within a year, and Kobe's empire fading in front of their eyes. For them, this feels like more than drama. It feels like betrayal. Kobe always said his legacy wasn't just about basketball. It was about discipline, mentorship, fatherhood, building something that would last for his daughters. In 2017, he told ESPN, "My daughters are everything to me. My legacy is theirs. I'm just building the foundation." But now, that foundation looks shakier than ever. They'll build the future. That's what Kobe told GQ in 2019, just months before the crash. Everything he built, Granity Studios, the Mamba Academy, his body armor investment, his books, his children's stories, was about the long game. He didn't care about fame anymore. He cared about fatherhood, discipline, and creating a legacy that would outlive him. But what's happened since? It's the opposite of Kobe's vision. Granity, his passion project, was supposed to inspire kids, especially young girls, with stories of greatness. He called it a storytelling studio with a sports soul. Today, silent Instagram, canceled projects, the team dissolved, his dream left abandoned. The Mamba Sports Academy was Kobe's temple, where he and Gianna trained together, where future athletes were molded with values of toughness and teamwork. Vanessa renamed it the Mamba and Mamba Cheetah Foundation, a touching tribute. But filings reveal a darker reality. Programs have been cut, expansion plans halted, sponsors walked away, and staff laid off. What Kobe wanted as a generational hub has been reduced to little more than a brand name and press photos. And the contrast is brutal. Kobe was disciplined with money. He invested, he built, he refused to waste. His motto was clear: own, don't rent. Build, don't borrow. Vanessa's pattern couldn't look more different. Selling off properties Kobe meant to keep, pouring millions into lawsuits, luxury trips, and designer events, while reinvesting almost nothing into the empire Kobe left behind. Is this really what Kobe fought for? Would he have wanted his name tied up in lawsuits, his parents cut off, and his empire left to rot in silence? Even if you feel for Vanessa as a grieving mother, none of this matches Kobe's philosophy. He didn't just chase trophies. He gave his whole life to building something bigger, something lasting. Now that vision is crumbling. Not by rivals, but by the very person who swore to protect it. Stephen A's words hit hard because Kobe's estate wasn't just money. It was dreams, purpose, and a blueprint for the future. And what's left? A fractured family, dormant businesses, disappearing millions, deafening silence. The big question: can the Bryant legacy survive without Kobe? Or has the empire already slipped away? The answer rests with Vanessa. If she truly wants to honor Kobe, she has one shot: rebuild, reinvest, and fight like Kobe always did. Own the mistakes, make the hard calls, and protect the bigger vision. But here's the chilling part. The silence hides something even darker. What about Natalia, Bianca, and Capri? These girls already lost their father and sister. Now they could lose their inheritance too. Kobe's fortune was locked into a trust, giving Vanessa full control until the girls hit certain ages. And that control comes with a terrifying risk. What if the money is gone before they ever touch it? Every lawsuit fought, every property sold, every shuttered business. It's not just Vanessa's money being drained, it's her daughter's future. Estate experts we spoke to were alarmed. Burned through tens of millions on legal wars and luxury living while shutting down income streams, and you're basically stealing from the beneficiaries, one attorney warned. Even more disturbing, Natalia Bryant, now 21, reportedly has little to no involvement in the estate, even though she's legally entitled to updates about her inheritance. Sources say she's been kept in the dark about the real state of Kobe's empire. And here's the bombshell. Kobe's Nike deal was designed to keep his estate earning millions every year. But since 2020, Nike has quietly pulled back on Kobe releases. Why? Insiders claim Vanessa's camp made demands that clashed with Kobe's vision. One former Nike exec revealed Kobe wanted his shoes affordable for kids, something cheaper than Jordan's. But Vanessa's team allegedly pushed for premium pricing and limited drops. The result? Millions lost, money that was supposed to fund scholarships, sports academies, and most importantly, his daughter's futures. And about that $16 million win against LA County, fans celebrated it, but here's the truth. Most of it vanished into legal fees and splits with other crash victims' families. Even worse, whispers say Vanessa actually turned down a larger settlement early on because her lawyers convinced her to hold out for more. That gamble may have cost Kobe's estate tens of millions in extra legal fees, plus years of delays. But the fallout doesn't stop there. Before his passing, Kobe was deep into projects way bigger than body armor and granity. Tech startups, global business expansions, media partnerships. He was building an empire that stretched far beyond basketball. So where are those projects now? Silent, dead, vanished. Several of Kobe's former business partners refused to even speak on record. One tech founder told us privately, after Kobe died, Vanessa's people came in and basically shut everything down. Millions in development, gone overnight. And that's the tragedy. Kobe wasn't just a US icon, he was global. In China, Italy, across Europe, he had licensing deals, partnerships, and international plans lined up. But since his death, no overseas moves, no announcements, no sign of his global vision continuing. It's as if the worldwide empire Kobe spent years building is being abandoned piece by piece. Perhaps most heartbreaking, Kobe was working on a memoir. Friends say it was nearly finished, filled with his life lessons, mistakes, growth as a father, and hopes for his daughters. That manuscript is now locked inside the estate, unpublished, untouched, and collecting dust. A story that could have inspired millions and secured his daughters' futures, left to die in silence. And now, the most damning part. Former insiders are finally breaking their silence. With NDAs finally expiring, people who worked closest to Kobe are breaking their silence, and what they're revealing is chilling. A former Mamba Academy coach told us Kobe had massive plans. Programs for underprivileged kids, global training camps, even certification programs for future coaches. Within months of his death, Vanessa scrapped it all. A Granity Studios insider dropped an even bigger bombshell. Netflix wanted a Kobe docuseries. Disney wanted animated films based on his books, deals that would have honored his vision and generated millions. But Vanessa's team allegedly blocked everything, demanding creative control that insiders say would have watered down Kobe's message. Result? All canceled. Here's the terrifying truth. If her current spending keeps up, experts warn the Bryant estate could be functionally bankrupt in as little as 7 to 10 years. That means Kobe's daughters, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, who he believed would be set for life, could inherit nothing but lawsuits and debt. And now the silence from the NBA world, Nike's quiet retreat, international partners pulling back, and ex-employees breaking NDAs, all of it points to one brutal possibility. They know something the public doesn't. So the real question? Is Vanessa the protector of Kobe's legacy or the one destroying it? Is she a grieving widow doing her best or someone losing control of an empire she never understood? What would Kobe say if he saw this chaos? The clock is ticking, the money is vanishing, and the legacy is slipping away. Like, share, comment, and subscribe because this story isn't over. See you on the next one.